have this compound inequality that I want to solve. So when I solve a compound inequality, I like to divide it up into 3 parts. So I have one part here, one here, and one here. So it's 3 parts. And I do this because I want to make sure I don't forget something when I'm solving. So 2x minus 3 in this problem, that's like my focal point. That's like my mother of the problem, my motherboard. And my mother of the problem needs to feed her children on the left side, and she needs to feed her children on the right side. So when she's dividing the snacks up, she needs to do it to the left and to the right. So when we solving equations or solving inequalities, we always want to move things away from your x. So here I have a -3, 2x minus negative 2x minus 3 or 2x negative 3. So I need to move a positive 3. So I'm going to take a positive 3 from my mother board or my mother and give 3 to my left, my kid on the left side. And then I want to give, I took it from the mother, so I'm going to write it there. And then I want to give some of my Scooby snacks to the kid on the right side. So when I do that, now I have -2 is less than or equal to 2x less than 8. Now I'll go back to my mother, that's in the middle, and I want to divide by 2. I need to divide 2 to get it away from the x, so I divide by 2. So I need to divide 2 from my child on the left and my child on the right. So I do that. Now I have -1 is less than or equal to x, because 2 and 2 divide out. 2 into 8 is 4. So my inequality is -1 less than or equal to x, and x is less than 4. Now if I wanted to write this in integral notation, whenever I have a less than or equal to or greater than or equal to, I use a bracket. So I put bracket -1, and then I have a 4. And so if I wanted to graph it on the number line, always write -infinity. That's just a habit that I have. And then I have a -1 and a 4. So it doesn't have to be exact, so you're sketching the graph. And then I know that it said that x is greater than or equal to -1. So all the numbers in here would be part of that solution set. And x is less than 4, so everything between -1 and 4. And since I had a x is less than, well, x is greater than or equal to -1, I read from the x. It's better to read from the x. So x is greater than or equal to -1, and it's a greater than or equal, so I can use a bracket. Sometimes in school they use a closed circle, but I'm going to use a bracket. So I use a bracket here to close the gate so the kids won't go out and play. And then x is less than 4 is not equal to, so I use a parentheses. So this would be my graph. And then if I needed to write it in integral notation, which I did here without using a graph, I just have to write exactly what I see. I see a bracket, and then a -1, comma, 4. Let's bring down your 4, parentheses, and then you have it in your interval notation. 1,